Hello and welcome to our channel. Thanks to each and every one of you who's taking some time to listen to a Dhamma talk. We are confident you will be blessed by a practice of the Dhamma. Today's talk is one in a series of what will be 3 talks. It's entitled, the 3 are called the Trilakkhana. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. The Pali words are anicca and dukkha and anatta. Today's talk is about anicca, and we're going to do our best to articulate what the teaching is regarding this word. I'll start with a quote attributed to the Buddha. It says, "Impermanent are all conditioned things. They are brought into existence. Having come to life, they die away and cease. Knowing this is the highest happiness, the highest blessing." Let's break that down just a little bit. We know impermanence, it's obviously things that don't last. And all conditioned things, it means if it's a thing, if it's a universe, a galaxy, or if it's a molecule or an atom or a subatomic particle, it arises into existence, it stays for some time, it passes away. Conditioned things also include our emotions and our thoughts. It says they're brought into existence. We may or may not understand how that happens. If we understand something about the word karma and its meaning, we know that there is a cause for every moment, and every moment is a cause for a future moment. So there can't be something without there having been a cause for that thing. That's an event, an experience we have of our current situation, and all of the things that we have stored in memory. Then it says, having come to life, they die away and cease. So on the atomic level, we're told that these invisible atomic particles arise and pass away with such great rapidity that the human eye cannot begin to see this arising and passing. So things appear solid to us, and things that are solid appear constant to us. We have lots of examples of things that do help us see constant change: the sunrise, midday, the sunset, the seasons, using a clock to measure the passage of time, our growing old, our hair growing, our fingernails growing. All those kinds of things are good examples of things arising and then passing away. And the last sentence was, knowing this is the highest happiness. So, in fact, a moment, Buddha says, the time it takes to snap your finger, if you have a pure insight of this phenomena of constant change, it will result in your absolute liberation, your arrival at the Arhat stage, the stage of no longer experiencing rebirth. And though it's difficult to articulate what liberated life might look like, one of the definitions is it's a freedom from all identification with personality and with personal history. In my recent video, I talked about how we create our life moment by moment. We create our world moment by moment. And our memories are just a story that we tell ourselves that make us feel like a person. Now, there are some other words we can use to help articulate what anicca, this idea of constant change, might look like. It's inconstant. Social scientists have recently said that the mind has more than 10,000 different thoughts a day. That may be an undercount. At any rate, it's another example that something is in a constant state of flux. Things that are unsteady, they are impermanent, and they are constantly changing. That's what anicca is. It says, in him who perceives impermanence, the perception of not self also arises. This is going to be the third talk, will be the talk about non-self. So anicca is the precursor and maybe the ultimate expression or moment when we perceive non-self. And he who perceives non-self obtains the elimination of the idea that I am, and reaches nibbana, or reaches liberation, enlightenment, in this very life. So whatever is anicca is a kind of suffering. That will be the second talk in this trilogy, helping to identify all the different forms and concepts of what suffering looks like. The nice thing about impermanence is that it offers us a potential to change, we could say even improve, and it confirms that there is a law of karma. I talked about that at the beginning. Everything has a cause. That's all karma really says. There's no judgment of any kind. There's no condemnation in karma. It's just a law of cause and effect. There's nobody, no higher being needed to determine if something is wholesome or unwholesome, whether it's healthy or unhealthy. It's inherent in this seed of karma, which is created by our intention. This karma means that all of our human actions bear fruit, and it emphasizes the development of wisdom. Once we see that, in fact, the present moment, the way we're thinking, the emotions we're entertaining, whether it's regret or revenge or hateful or ill will or jealous or loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, those are the seeds that we're planting for our future. And this future will arrive because every moment is a new moment. There's a Zen saying, the same person cannot step into the same river twice. It's pretty easy to see without much insight that the river is in a constant state of motion. So if we step in the river with our right leg, by the time we step in the river with our left leg, it's a different river because a different water is flowing between our legs. But a deeper insight is the person who steps in with their right leg is also in a constant state of change, imperceptible to us under normal circumstances, but just the same, also changing. So when the left leg steps into the water, it's a slightly different person than when the right leg stepped. A more subjective example would be the person that sat down to listen to this Dhamma is not the person who stands up at the end of this talk. So our suffering is going to be when we try to stop things from changing, when we like things to be the way they are, and we cling and hold on to them in the hope that they won't change. This is our own undoing. This is the creation of our own suffering. Thank you. Thank you for reaching the end of this video. May the Dhamma bless you. May your study of the Dhamma deepen day by day. If you have suggestions for improving the channel or for topics you'd like to have discussed, please make a comment. I'm open to telephone conversations, private consultations, to you submitting questions, any way that can help you deepen your practice. We'd like to assist you. Thank you again.